Hi, this is Kirk from Trustworthy. This is part 2 of my conversation with Aaron Kaufman, community manager at THQ. How are you viewing Facebook? Because I'm seeing you guys get from 50 to 400 comments per post on your Facebook page just for SmackDown. You seem to engage less in the comments there than you do in Twitter and on the forums. Is there what's the thinking behind your Facebook strategy?
Well, I think I'm still trying to understand myself what my Facebook strategy is, but somehow on Command & Conquer and now on WWE, I've really grown our Facebook pages exponentially. So when I started at THQ, the WWE Facebook page was at about 35,000. As of the moment of you're taping me on this video, it's at 120. And that's over the course of 5 months. Which is pretty proud of that. I feel like, and we did that all organically. Not a single person on that page was drawn in by a Facebook ad, which I think is a pretty cool feat. And I think the reason for that growth is attributed to 3 things. So one, we've developed a stronger relationship with WWE. They promote our Facebook page on their site. 2, we promote the Facebook page on our main website that you guys have helped create, so it's got a lot more eyeballs. And 3, which I think is the most important one, is we've kept the content consistent. And so that's how I treat Facebook. I treat Facebook as an extension of our website. For me, it's a place where the community and fans of your game are always on 24/7, whereas they're not on your website 24/7. So anything we do on the web, I immediately post it to Facebook. And then I also try and do content that's relevant. So like today, there's the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view coming up this weekend. So I found one of my favorite clips from Mankind and Undertaker, put that up there, and a bunch of the 10, 15 comments were great posting. So I think the fans, they want to see and feel relevant content. And then also if you look at our Facebook page for WWE, which is facebook.com/WWE Games, a little self-promo, you'll see that I've tried to create sections on there that look and feel like the website. So it feels like it's all kind of one universe. Why do I engage less on there? I feel like Facebook is more of a social party. It's kind of like, you put a topic out there to discuss, and, people just discuss it because they want to. I don't find, maybe I need to do more interacting on there, but I find that when I post a comment on Facebook, it gets buried pretty quickly. I don't know if people always see it. And I feel like on Twitter, when I reply to someone, all of my 50,000 followers or whoever, how many, they see it instantly if they're on there. Or on the message boards, if I post a comment, people see my post or they see my sticky thread. So I don't think I've quite figured out Facebook yet. I don't know if I would say I'm probably not using it in the best manner for consumer-facing feedback. I certainly want to, because you're right. I mean, we get an insane amount of comments per post. And I definitely read those comments and look at them. I think what I could probably do a better job at is just responding to them actively.
So, as a game community manager, you get asked for unreleased info all the time. Do you ever, play with that and, kind of know that if you say something here, it's public? How do you manage that versus, you could DM somebody or
Sure.
you could privately message them?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll be open and honest. I mean, some of the things that I fear sometimes are, this is kind of a random example, but when we're going to ban or suspend someone on our forums, usually I will try and send them a personal message that explains why we're doing that. And I remember at EA I had a couple instances where there was a guy who was being a real, you-know-what. He would take my messages and make YouTube videos out of them. And that was brutal. That was just brutal. So you never know what to expect. You never know who's on the other end. I think for me it's kind of touch and go. I have a group of guys that I could say anything to, and they wouldn't say anything to anybody else. Completely trust them. And those are the guys that I'm a little bit more transparent with, and they're actually helping me out in some ways. They're kind of like my, my volunteer team. But I do tread carefully. I think that's very tough for a community manager because we always want to say and do and answer everything. We're not trained in our head like a PR person where you just no, like on a dime. Like, can't say that. Got to say it like a robot. Whereas PR will tell me, here's your party line. Usually what I'll do is I'll take that and I'll formulate it into my own personal response. Cool. Add a little humor, a little sarcasm to it. And I think at the end of the day, for example, with the WWE roster, for the last 3 weeks, people have been asking us, who are the rest of the legends? God damn it, Tank, can you just tell us? And you really want to give in, but seeing what our metrics are doing with the website and seeing people talk about it and anticipate it, that for me just outweighs, that small sector of people that just want to know. And as a community manager, I think it's important to try really hard not to give in. Put up your barrier and, be transparent, but don't tip your hat completely.
Right. And how'd you come up with Tank?
Tank. Okay. Well, I guess I'll share. So in college, my nickname was Tiny Tank, and because my fraternity brothers thought I was tiny but built like a tank. So when I got here to THQ, I couldn't be APOC anymore because that was my EA name. So I thought, hey, it's time to bring back the tank.
Nice.
There you go.
I like it.
That's it.
If you want me to get rid of that later, just let me know.
No, you can keep it.
Okay.